views and opinions expressed on the show are strictly those of the host and guests and do not reflect the opinions of LAP Productions and its affiliates.
That's right. Don't blame anybody but us. Don't blame LAP. Don't blame anybody but us. Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome back. We're gear. We're gear. I quit. You guys talk. I'm done. I can't even speak tonight. Joe, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay. Jason?
Joe's playing in the dark. Joe's playing in the dark.
I like it in the dark.
This is kind of weird having a four-way.
Yeah.
Hey.
Been a while.
That means something different in Cincinnati. Just saying.
That's
Something different up here, too.
Joe's up here with the men and sheep are nervous, but we ain't got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Who's with us, Jason?
But everybody loves cheese, right? Men are men, sheep are nervous, but everybody loves cheese.
Who do we have join us here tonight, Jason? What's going on? We got a fourth person.
We have a special guest that's going to come on and talk a little bit about a awesome event that's coming up this weekend in Champaign, Illinois. We've got our awesome brother here, Brian Ward, with Dark History Horror Con. Brian, thanks for joining us, brother. It was actually nice to finally meet you in person here this last weekend.
Yes,
at
sir.
DeadCon there.
And thanks for having me on, guys. I know we've talked a number of times, and it seems like our schedules never seem to sync up. So I'm glad that it did tonight. And yeah, it was awesome to see you, Jason. I don't know how many messages we exchanged back and forth. So I actually have an in-person face-to-face was nice to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good weekend. Had a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
But man, let's talk about this weekend coming up. What's going on in Champaign, Illinois?
I think a little bit of everything. We have some celebrity guests that you might recognize. John Dugan, Terry McMinn, both from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. John played Grandpa Sawyer, and Terry is the young lady that gets hung up on the meat hook by Leatherface near the end of the movie there. Bishop Stevens, who I think you guys are all familiar with. Bishop's from the St. Louis area. He's had a lot of films that he's wrapped on, just looking for distribution. Big one on Netflix was The Girl on the Third Floor. And we have Corin Nimick, who's one that I've wanted for a while. Corin was, I think we're all damn near the same age. So he was Parker Lewis Can't Lose from 90 or 91. He was Parker, and he has since done, he was in The Stand, the original one that had Gary Sinise. He played Harold Lauder in that. And he's played Richard Speck, Ted Bundy. He was in A Boston Strangler, all kind of budget movies, but that's his tie-in for us and what we do. And then we have some paranormal guests. You guys included some crypto stuff. Bodine the Bigfoot will be there, and some other cryptozoology folks.
You guys gonna let Bodine out?
What's that?
You guys gonna let Bodine out?
You're gonna let Bodine roam.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Hey, what's up, Nick?
We're gonna let him check out the flatlands of Central Illinois.
I know he's
Yeah, we're
excited to be there.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's for sure.
Well, hey, it's a whole new crowd for him to meet, and we like to keep it a pretty family crowd. We usually have a lot of kids come through, so it'll be awesome. Hey, Becky.
Yeah, and Bodine's really good with kids. He's actually stays very family oriented. I think maybe because the kids are on the same mentality level. He's on everything level or something. I think there's a connection there.
Right. Okay.
Right.
I think it's more most of the kids are usually more mature than he is.
Yeah. Throwing that connection out there, you guys are, I think you're probably familiar with David and Kathy Wismer. They do Midnight Paranormal Society in Clinton, Illinois. They're bringing a very large custom coffin that they're going to try to fill up with Toys for Tots at the show. So we can have, maybe we can have Bodine out there. You get a hug for a toy.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Bodine likes to help out that way. He'd definitely be doing some stuff to promote that.
That'd be awesome. So
Yeah,
that's going to be going on. True crime authors, and I hate to call the true crime folks celebs, but I guess true crime names that you might know. A number of authors. I got a Ted Bundy expert. Got an expert on that Gypsy Rose Blanchard case, and I have a Waco survivor, David Thibodeau. There was only 9 people that came out of that building in Waco when it caught fire. and he was one of the 9. So Dave's going to be joining us as well.
Wow, that'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, he's got a presentation. I just talked to him on the phone yesterday. He's going to try to put together a slideshow to go along with what he's going to talk about. So it's pretty phenomenal. And then on the lighter side, I suppose you could say, we have a fair amount of artists. We've got some crystal dealers. We've got Sage is going to be reading tarot, and I know there's a couple other readers. I myself don't know much about that aspect of things, so I don't know all the types of different readings, but I know she's going to be doing tarot. And like I said, there's a couple other kinds that I am ignorant about, so I'm afraid I can't really speak too well on them.
Guess where I'm going to find Teresa all weekend long.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, she'll be easy to find.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for a change.
You won't lose her.
Nope, just look where
Right.
all the stones and crystals and the readers are at, and that's for sure.
There you go.
Oh, my God. It's going to be. I'm going to leave her at home now.
I didn't hear it.
Listen to Joe down there hacking and wheezing down there. He can't go, Jason. He's got an adult this weekend.
Don't mind me. I have been under the weather ever since Sunday night. I'm fighting off whatever the rest of my family had like a week, 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
And I have now got it. So
Well, I'm kind of glad you're not going to show up then, because Bodine can't handle getting sick.
yeah, no
Right.
kidding.
what makes you think I was going to hang out with fucking Bodine?
Because you always hang out with Bodine.
That's because I'm always working. Taking
She'll take
pictures.
pictures.
Hell yeah.
So
Bodine
Joe,
needs
you're
a
the
handler.
Bodine Wrangler.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
unofficially official photographer.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
he's all right. He's officially something.
Oh, yeah.
So how many years you been doing this, Brian? With the conventions and stuff.
Well, since 2020 basically didn't exist, this will end up being the 6th one. It should have been number 7, but this will be number 6. First time in this location, which I'm really looking forward to. It's the iHotel and Conference Center. They just opened September of last year, so it's pretty state of the art. They're able to do like 3 different kinds of lighting. They're going to have the ceiling lit up one color, and then some other colors and some other lights, and just silly little stuff. They can pipe in music. I built a little Spotify playlist that I think is nice and spooky, and a little bit of metal too, because that seems to go with the horror genre. So it'll be very nice. It's the first time I've had help from the venue, basically, that they'll have audio-visual stuff for the film festival that's going on, and then the speakers and the presentations. They got drop-down screens, drop-down projectors, laptops that they're going to hook up, so everybody can just kind of present their stuff.
When did I miss the film festival part? Damn it, Jason, Joe, we got to get our butts and gears so we can get a part of the film festival.
I know,
Well,
right?
I will confess that, seeing as how I'm kind of the one-man show, I have not pumped it out there like I should have, but we had over, I believe it was about 28 and a half hours of films submitted, and I had to narrow it down to 7.5, which I always hate. I mean, I know you guys are in production, so I'm not. I have pretty much zero talent, so I appreciate everybody that does, and I hate having to tell filmmakers they didn't make it, but 99% of the time, the reason they didn't make it is I just couldn't fit them in time frame wise. That's really about it, because I respect everybody that puts something on film. That's a chore.
I just
Sorry,
found
is
on that.
Is it going to just be one continuous playlist, or?
In essence, I have them broken up into 3 blocks. Each block, I believe, is 2.5 hours, and then there's a 15-minute intermission between each 2.5. So it'll be 2.5, 15 off, 2.5, 15 off, and then the end of the show.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I see Dave up there. Yeah, David, I always go through filmfreeway.com, and when we open submissions, we make sure to throw it out there. So just watch out for Film Freeway, and I post it on our Facebook page as well when the submissions are open, and we usually with a link.
Hell yeah.
Very
Jason,
cool.
Joe, we got to get
Yeah.
ready here, boys. That's
Yeah.
that's three film festivals now. I've said that we want to get something into, so that means we got to get some filming done, boys.
Yeah. I'd love to have it.
My alligator mouth is writing checks for how many bird asses we got to catch.
Right. Or it sounds like maybe you're writing the checks and their ass is going to have to try to cash, right?
Yeah, they're gonna have to try to
Okay.
catch. I don't know. They
Okay.
can film when I just look stupid and hold a camera and do what they tell me to do. I'm learning. Don't get me wrong. It's a
Yeah,
learning
well-
process, but It's got one hell of a curve.
We'll get something put together for sure.
Yeah. I don't have 22's dates yet, but as soon as I do, of course, everybody else will know. And going to throw a quick plug in there that you guys might be interested in as well. And I am terrible. I didn't look up the date because I'm so focused on this weekend that I haven't focused on the future event. But we do have an event in May at Ashmore Estates. I hooked up with Rob and Terry, and Robin asked if I wanted to try to do my kind of show out there. So we will have Revenant Con in May of 2022. Like I said, unfortunately, I just don't remember the date just now.
You can count us in.
All right, fantastic. I think I had you penciled in regardless, so
Right,
I'm glad.
right.
So I guess I'm glad that it's going to work out.
No, I think we talked
Rocky.
about it, but yeah.
I guess I'll be taking some time off in May.
Yeah, there you go. I feel like it's the second weekend, but there again, I will let you guys know after this weekend.
Well, as soon as you get the dates, let us know for sure, because we won't get them on our calendar so we don't overbook.
Right. Understood completely.
Not just events. Me and Jason were talking about that earlier, but not just events, but also for filming projects. So we're kicking things up, and 2022 is going to be a whole new year for us. So
sweet. And I'm sorry, guys. I just keep saying the question, so I just want to throw that out there. Rocky, I will say that I've never had that pop up. Still being somewhat of a novice at how it works, I don't look at the dates of when things were released. So if it's submitted, I just consider it a new submission and go from there. So I wouldn't see where that would be an issue. And if it was selected and it is a 10-year anniversary, then we would certainly bill that and kind of hype that up for you as well.
What goes into the considerations for the film fest? Is there any particular guidelines or any particular things you look for?
Not really. I have learned since I started doing it that I never knew what was considered a short and what's considered feature length, things of that nature. I do.
Me and Joe short.
Okay, there you go. Well, shit, man, we're almost the same height, aren't we, Jay? No, yeah. I guess that means I'm short too. So okay. Yeah. But I tried. I think I put a limit on there through Film Freeway of an hour and a half. I still get longer submissions, but that way I like to try to give people bang for the buck as far as volume. So if I can fit 30 45-minute or less films in, as opposed to say 15 feature and full length films, I tend to go with the shorter ones just so they can see more product during the time. I like them to have a dark history angle if possible. For this one, since it's dark history and horror, then the majority of them are horror. I can say this year that I was very pleased with the number that came through that were our dark history related. I've had, I believe, 2 that were on some genocide that happened during World War II. One was a Greek village that was wiped out by the Nazis that we've never heard about until this documentary came, and another one about some Austro-Hungarians that kind of, I had never heard of. So I learned from that documentary as well. So I get some documentaries also, and I can't say anything really that I absolutely look for. I do it a lot more on a feel. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't know a whole lot of what goes into it because I'm just not up on that. And so things that look and sound good, that's great. Some I can tell, obviously, production values, what they are or aren't on. But if the content's there, content's usually what I look for. If it speaks to me, it usually gets in easy enough.
Gotcha.
Right, and that's part of the process. Like I said, you start doing it, and you really hadn't done it before until you start doing it. So it's a learning process for you as well. So
yeah, I think in 2018, 2019, I think I tried 3 different film fests with different themes, and at that time Willie Atkins was helping me out, and so this is probably only maybe the 6th one of these that I've done as well. So it's still things I learn. I do bring in a friend or 2 here and there that might have a little more knowledge on the behind the scenes type of work that goes on and ask them their opinions. But ultimately, I'm the judge, jury, and executioner, I guess you'd say.
I'm screwed. I'm out.
No.
Those guys are in. I'm out.
No. I never rule anybody out until I see what they got.
Well, it's like you guys are all talking about horror and true crime and all this other stuff. All I ever do is make fun of shit. So I'm like, how am I gonna make a joke of a killing? Oh,
No, Jay, you would be surprised at the amount of humor that gets thrown in some of these horror films. I mean, I think it's kind of a formula for horror films. You got to have a couple laughs. You can't have 2 hours of intensity the entire time. A lot of people don't. They become uncomfortable after a while. So you got to have some comedic breaks in there. So no, it's
the smart ass guy that gets killed second.
right. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the hours for the convention?
We are on Central Time here. Central Time, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. are the doors. Nick, that's the plan. Don't have any dates yet, though, for 2022 on Dark History. But, yeah, Champaign-Urbana, we're right in the middle of the Central Time Zone, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can buy tickets ahead of time on Eventbrite. You just have to look up Dark History and Horror Convention, or you can get them at the door. If you do it at the door, we will have one little card reader, but we prefer cash. It's the same price at the door. You don't pay any penalty for buying them day of. It's $15 across the board. I believe there are some fees attached through Eventbrite. I think it works out to be like $17.75 or something like that with the fees. Either way, under $20 for a whole bunch of stuff under one roof.
And that convention is Saturday, correct?
Correct. Yep. Saturday, October 23rd. I think this is probably one of the first ones that I've done that's just a day. It just worked out with logistics of the venue and coming off of COVID last year, not sure what kind of mood people were going to be in as far as attending live events. We went with the one day this go around. Yeah.
We've been to tons of events. We can't wait to do more.
Good. Yeah. I mean, without throwing out any political stuff, I mean, I got vaccinated way back in March. So I've felt relatively comfortable. I do wear a mask if people want me to, or if it's something that is mandated, or, currently in Illinois, it is a mandate for any indoor event. You're supposed to put them on. I am not in the business of enforcing that at the convention, and I've already talked with the venue. They don't have the staff nor the desire to go around policing it either. So I imagine there will be a lot of maskless folks. I will be one of them just because I like to communicate with people. But if I do approach somebody and they ask me to put it on, I put it on. I'm just be respectful. That's all I can ask.
We're that same way.
Yeah.
If it's needed, required, stuff, or somebody requests it, then that's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you request it, and I'll go, hey, put on your damn mask, and be like, whoa,
Yeah.
time out.
Yeah.
Hey, I got kicked out of the Oasis on the way back from Toledo in Illinois because I didn't have a mask.
Oh, really?
They actually had a guy, like the little Oasis. Brian knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Over the highway.
Yeah,
you know,
over the
they got,
interstates.
and walked up to the door, and they actually had someone at the door, and the guy was like, "Oh, hold on, you need a mask." And I'm like, "Bro, you need to put your hand down."
Right.
And he's like, no, you got to have an ass to enter, And I'm like, well, all right. Hey, Tommy, go ahead and go piss or whatever you're going to do. I'm going back to the car.
Yeah. And I mean, I suppose if some places wanted to be that way, then I guess
it is what it is,
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm not going to be one of them. Like I said, I talked to the venue. They said they have the sign up, the sign on the door that says this is what Illinois says. And that's what we're going to do. I mean,
that's what Jay does. Oh,
yeah. Have to make you aware of the mandate. Don't mean I have to fight anybody about it. I know I put a post on the Facebook page and in our group that all I ask is everybody treat everybody with respect. If somebody says, hey, I'd be more comfortable if you have a mask on, say, well, I'd be more comfortable if I didn't, and leave it at that. You don't have to, it doesn't have to turn it into anything else.
Nope. Just keep walking.
Yeah, just keep walking.
Facebook, anything else. If you don't like what they said, just keep scrolling.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we've just become too comfortable being keyboard warriors now, but who knows? I mean,
not back in our days, you get smacked in the mouth.
Exactly. And I know you've seen those memes that say it's the problem with the country is the lack of people getting smacked for saying things.
Yep.
Yeah. So no, it's just a really laid back atmosphere. I have always fostered that when I search for guests and talk to people about being guests. I take that into consideration. If I've heard that they are not good with fans, or if I've heard that they have a tendency to be rude or short with people, I won't book them. It's just not the kind of show that I want to put on.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want people that's going to, you bring them all the way there and stuff, and then turn around and not show up too. I've seen that happen.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
Pull up
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
hotel room and not show up. And yeah, I've seen that happen a couple
Had
times.
that a couple years ago with somebody who I will not name here. I'll be professional and not say it, but yeah, that really turned me off on ever having them back. So
Well, absolutely.
just won't do it.
Yeah.
Especially
I mean,
a lot of
it's a
these
shame
folks
it
that,
does.
yeah,
It's a shame it happens. It happens.
it does. And I mean, there's a fair amount of these folks that do come for a certain guarantee. You know, they make X amount of dollars. If they don't, the promoter pays them the difference. And if they come down, say the show runs like ours is 9 hours of floor time, and they're down there for 3, and then they don't meet their guarantee, of course, it puts me in a position I won't be an ass. I'll pay them, but I also won't ever I'll make sure they never come back because you're screwing me. I mean, you know that you got your money and you're not going to work for it.
A lot of it that you're not. That's bull.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Like I said, I've only had 1 or 2 people that I've dealt with that were like that, and they'll never be back on the show. And if I find a friend that is putting on a show and is booking them, I will give them the heads up. I won't air the dirty laundry out in the public, but I will tell another promoter, hey, here's my experience. You do with it what you want.
Yep. Absolutely.
So
all you can do is educate and let them decide they're on their own. Most people's got to learn the hard way.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've always had to do that, learn the hard way.
Oh, yeah. Well, me too. I think you and I have had this conversation before. We're both, especially in our younger years, redheaded, short-tempered. Yeah, and very hard-headed. You got to learn.
Well, Becky said she had one of those at the last SilCon. He actually told a couple of women that he didn't need to stay at his table because he got paid anyway. He only had people for about an hour.
I will say that at least my guy wasn't that bad, but it was damn close. And then to top it all off, even though I saw a good amount of his merchandise going out the door when I was around the lobby and such, when it came time to settle up, he said he didn't make anything and that I needed to pay him his full guarantee. So there again, I go on my word and my reputation, so I did, but never again.
He's nice with us.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I usually, if you deal with somebody with guarantees and stuff, have a handler provided by the convention or by the promoter itself. That way you can keep track of money coming in and merchandise going out and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I just never had because I guess I was naive and thinking, hey, I'm a man of my word, so I'd like to think they can be too. And
sure,
like I said, it only bit me the one time. The people I got coming this year, one of them definitely has a handler, and Bishop Stevens has never done me wrong. He's, like he said, he's been with me since damn near the beginning, and I've been with him before anybody really knew who he was. So he always helps me out. If he can make an appearance, he'll make an appearance. If he can do it for less since he's closer, he does that for me, and I promote him, and we help each other out.
And it really is a scratch. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I mean,
exactly.
You've worked to help promote another events, and they've in turn shared that, help promoting your event, and it's good to see that camaraderie becoming more prevalent, and not just in a family or a little group of friends, but on a larger scale like that, because it shows that there's a lot more going on to help people out and stuff, and what the media is putting out there.
Oh, for sure.
This is why I don't think I could ever do something like that.
What?
Like I don't think I could ever do something like put on an event and then have something like that happen.
Oh, I know I couldn't.
I don't have the patience, the temperament, that none of it. It would be my one and last, because I'd be blackballed so fast.
Here's the thing. You can't let one person screw you over in your passion for the event that you're trying to run. So you just learn from it, you understand from it, and then you just put the word out in the convention world with the promoters and with the other people that, hey, like Brian said, hey, just to let you know, not bad mouthing this person, but I just did one in October and there was a guarantee. He sat at his table for 3 hours out of the 9. I saw him sell merchandise. I didn't actually provide a handler, but I saw him sell merchandise, or she sell merchandise all the time and then wanted the whole guarantee and said they didn't sell anything, just letting you know that that's the kind of person you're dealing with, and
Right.
leave it at that. And you
Yeah.
know that person, because it's going to work both ways. There are some conventions and some promoters that promise all these guarantees to all these people, and then when it comes time to pay, the convention isn't making the money. They're not selling the tickets. They're not selling
Yeah.
that. So now these guys or ladies are out a shitload of money and don't get their guarantees or don't get their per diems or don't get their stuff. And that goes both ways, because that agent that represents that celebrity may represent 10 more down the road. So you'll
Oh,
never
yeah.
get any of them coming back into your event. So it works both ways when you're dealing with that kind of shit. That's why I hate dealing with big money or guarantees or that kind of thing, because
Right.
it does make it a strenuous thing. I thought, years ago, before I started actually putting conventions on, you'd see like the celebrities walking in the, walking with people or going to get a drink or going to get food, and you'd stop and be like, hey man, can I get a picture real quick? And they're like, no, you can't. I can't. You'd be like, oh, that guy's a dick. Well,
Right.
they're contracted with that convention that they can't. They have to sell that picture, because any free
Right.
pictures that you're getting and that promoter finds out, well, that could potentially be a couple $100 that now I
Right.
have to pay because you want to be a nice guy and take pictures walking to get a burger. So,
Yeah.
it works both ways in running those kind of events. I feel bad for both sides that get screwed on different things. It's a learning event, and that's why, you start small, you build over the years and get to where you're comfortable with being able to run it. And, it's like I've said 1,000 times on this show and everywhere else, man, you surround yourself with good people, good shit happens. And you really don't have that much problems when it comes to that if you're doing it that way.
Yeah, agreed 100%. And like those shows that you mentioned that make some promises and then aren't able to pay. Yeah, it does go both ways. And unfortunately, I've had 2 shows that I know about that had that happen, and that was it. I mean, that was their last show. It was the last time anybody put any credit to their name. I mean, they unfortunately sullied their name by not being able to meet the things that they were supposed to meet on their end. That's why, me being someone of I have a pessimistic nature. I've always have. I call it realistic, but other people call it pessimistic. But I always make sure whatever I have told people I'm going to have, I have it on hand day one of the event. That way, if they don't make a penny, I still know that I can pay them. I don't count on ticket sales to get me there. I don't count on vendor fees to get me there. I make sure I have that money in hand, and hopefully I don't have to part my ways with too much of it, because they've done well. But I don't. Without saying where we were last weekend, Jason, that that happened there. I know that happened there.
Oh yeah, unfortunately.
And, very unfortunate. I mean, a good friend of mine, but I am as confident as can be. There won't be an event for him for next year, and there might not be another one again.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
unfortunate.
just one of those things.
I really hate to see an event or somebody that puts as much work into events as a lot of people do, and really put a lot of passion into it and a lot of heart, to come up short, to come up not succeeding. Because I want everybody to succeed. If you're putting on a convention, if you're putting on a big show or a small show or a fundraiser or whatever, I want you to succeed, man. I want you to be the best that you can possibly be for whatever you're doing. And it hurts. It hurts to see when people have they come up short and things like that happen. Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was obvious for sure, but I hate to see it.
I mean, I had a great time myself Saturday, but then I also started getting a bunch of questions because people were aware of my friendship with him, and they were coming to me, and I'm like, I don't have anything to do with the show. I could see what I could find out for you. But then on my drive back Sunday, I mean, it was on my mind almost the whole time. I mean, I have to be up for my show, but yet I'm still down from past weekend. And I mean, I just had more conversations with the folks involved through these last couple of days. And I mean, I feel like absolute shit for them. It hurts me to know what they went through, but
it was definitely the buzz.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
around
It's
there,
it's
but-
all over, and for unfortunate reasons, it's all over. I know that he has a team, and I know I have found out what the weak links of the team were. But when you're the face of it and you're the one that composed the team, you've ultimately got to fall on the sword because that's your team. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
get
sure.
off the bummer stuff. Nick, the answer to your question is it's called Revenant Con. It is on Facebook. I did create that page maybe in 2019 because I know that I'd originally talked to Robin about doing it in 2020 and that didn't happen.
Nope.
So the page is out there. It might not have much stuff on it yet, but it is out there. Revenant Con.
He penciled us in from then. It bled through.
Yeah.
It bled through that year, run into the next year.
Yeah,
Right? Hell yeah.
yeah. Because I think I even tried to move it to May of this year. Yeah, I think I've tried to do this twice. I tried to do it in 2020, and then I moved it to like May,
Yeah.
and then we were like, May. We started getting the surge, and that was that.
And
So
where is that one going to be?
that one's going to be at Ashmore Estates.
Ashmore, okay.
Yes, sir.
That's a
Yep.
place I have never been.
Oh, I swear something touched my mother head.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, Robin runs a fantastic location there, and he caters to everybody. I mean, all the the paranormal investigators that come in because it truly is in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
You're surrounded by cornfields, but hell, he's built bunk houses. You can stay on the property. There's cameras. There's electric hookup. There's, Wi-Fi. There's everything you would need.
Yeah, like Jay said, all your cabling's ran for your cameras even. If you want to just stick them up and plug them into your router and back to your computer, they're all set up. They already ran. You have to run cabling or nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, knowing that he knows that I'm skeptical about paranormal stuff. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying I haven't had an experience, so therefore I'm skeptical. But even knowing that, he was like, there's still a lot of history in the place. And I think I've only been there twice myself. I just dig the building. I dig the age.
Yeah.
I dig the vibe that I got there. And yeah.
Shit, Jay and I and Teresa and the teams, we'd go 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Go out there and help with
one year we
different
went
things
like
and
6 times. One year we drove over there to go there.
Yeah. And you guys probably saw it then before Robin took over and really actually showed it some love. No. Okay.
No, I was never there before Robin because at that time we hadn't been in paranormal for too long, and I heard some other people who had made the drive over, and I'm like, and heard how the condition of the building was. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know whether they're paying for that. I'm not
right.
doing it.
Yeah, I was going to say I've heard a lot of stuff about the previous owner who was definitely just looking at it as a hopefully potential moneymaker without putting any money out. And Robin, you could tell, loves the building, loves the history, and does his best to preserve it without taking anything away from it. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of graffiti. There's a lot of parts that look their age. But if it's not unsafe, he lets it look its age. That's it. He's done a fantastic job. That's all I can say. It's great.
Absolutely.
No, so Brian, just real quick, let's recap.
Yes, sir.
Just the prices, the date, what you got going on this weekend in Champaign, Illinois for Dark History Con.
Saturday, October 23rd at the I Hotel and Convention Center in Champaign, Illinois, right next to Memorial Stadium, and I will still call it the Assembly Hall, even though it's now been named the State Farm Center, where the U of I plays football and basketball. We have the Dark History and Horror Convention from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. Tickets are available at the door. We do prefer cash at the door. It is $15. That's it to get in. We will have some event shirts made for us by Atomic Cotton. We have some posters that I just picked up. I have 2 sizes. I have 11 by 17s and I think 7.5 by 11. Just to make the ratio correct, they're a little smaller than the 8.5 by 11. Those will be $10 and $5. Perfect for autographs. It's a great graphic and it has a number of our celebrities and guests across the bottom. So we'll have those. And I mean, anything Halloween, anything dark, creepy, spooky, historic, horrific, you're going to find something there. We have clothing vendors, we have candle vendors, we have crystal vendors, we have what I'd call a metaphysical area where we have readers, we have all the true crime books. I know some of them probably have some DVDs. I have some independent filmmakers as well. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Chivi's Productions out of the Chicagoland area. Chivi's is coming down, so they'll have their movies and stuff there. I think a little bit of something for everybody. There'll be wet specimens. There'll be some taxidermy. There's a little bit of everything. Some vulture culture type of stuff. I can't, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I haven't had anybody come to the show and say, well, there was nothing there for me. Everybody finds something. And most of them find stuff they never even thought about.
Hell yeah, we're looking forward to it for sure. I know Bo Dean is excited as hell to run around Illinois, and I think Jay's packed up enough moon pies and ALA to diet Mountain Dew to keep him contained a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going to get him on a sugar rush and turn his ass loose.
There you go. He won't have, unfortunately, he won't be able to play hide and seek with anybody because there ain't a whole many trees around here. So
he tried to, the last time we was at, a couple weeks ago, we was at the event. He was trying to hide behind a light pole. Like you couldn't see his big hairy butt behind the light pole. He thought he could play with it.
I was going to say, that's probably all he'll have is,
downtown Toledo trying to hide behind a light pole.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to be careful in Toledo.
Yeah, well, shit, he was running around with about 10,000 people. That was
okay.
That was a whole nother thing. But do you have any playgrounds or anything like that? Because he tends to gravitate towards playgrounds.
He finds it. Go play on them.
I'm not real awful close. Unfortunately, being on the U of I's campus, it's a lot of parking lots. The McDonald's that's right on the corner. When I was a kid, used to have the playland out front. That's gone by the wayside, and instead it's like coffee tables and chairs outdoors. So we could probably find a place if we needed to. And it sounds like we might need to, but
you'll find plenty of places.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's. Now you mentioned McDonald's, which made me think of food.
Yes.
Is there any kind of food or anything that's going to be available?
That's the only shitty part of the whole thing is because the hotel is owned by the University of Illinois, they want you to use University of Illinois catering, and I simply can't afford to cater an event. So at the back parking lot that's behind the place, we will have 2 tents set up that will have tables and chairs. You can use any food delivery service. You can get anything you want. It will just have to be delivered to the parking lot, and essentially it's going to be a tailgate area. They do it for the home football games. So we'll have a tailgate area set up where you can consume anything and everything that you would want. You just can't do it inside the venue. However, I did talk to them about liquid refreshments, and we will have a cash bar that will have water, soda, and I believe they said house beer, but I don't know the brand. So there will be beer, pop, and water available for your consumption in the hall, and that will be all good. But
Jason.
yeah, any other food, unfortunately, you have to consume it out in the tent, which is right out one of the back doors. It'll be easy to get to and get back on the floor.
This is bad. Bo Dean's never tailgated before.
Yeah. Don't let him grab any of the tent poles, please.
He don't tear nothing up besides himself.
Okay. And
Right.
if he tries to hide it, I don't think he would try to hide behind a tent pole. That's even worse than a light pole. So
He probably tried to hide behind one of the ropes and tie it to the ground.
well, there you go. Or get under the table.
He ain't real bright sometimes. You got to watch him.
Right?
I look forward to meeting him.
That's why we see Joe with him all the time. They kind of. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. You still listening?
No.
He's sick in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know I love you, brother.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're just kind of hanging out there.
We know you're going to miss us this weekend. We're going to miss the shit out of you not being with us. I don't know if we can handle not having you with us.
I think you guys will be fine.
I was gonna say, I've only met you once, Joe, and that was a SoCon a number of years ago. So
Yeah.
it's been a while.
I've actually lately been getting out a little bit more. So and
Good.
next year is just going to be unreal because I'm now in a better work environment where I have a lot of free
Good.
time and stuff. So
That's awesome, especially if it allows you to pursue things you actually like to do instead of working for the man.
exactly.
Yeah, I hear that.
We're still working for the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I
but
can
Brian,
say
we
in my-
think
I can
Go
say
ahead,
in my
Joe.
short encounters that I've had with Jason so far, I don't see him as being a slave driver. I don't see him cracking that whip on you guys.
no.
Becky's still picking on Joe.
I know.
Yeah, I do
Don't
remember
say
the fireball and nipples, and that was Jay and Joe both, though, wasn't it?
That was Joe. That was
That was
Joe.
all Joe.
That
Okay,
was all Joe.
okay.
Jay had a
See?
part in that fireball shit too. So
I
let's
disagree.
don't.
I
See, it
thought
wasn't
so.
me. It wasn't
No,
me. I wasn't
no.
involved in
Jason's
that.
innocent on this one.
Jay's innocent on something.
Jason,
Right?
no, not Jay. Jason.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
Jason. I was gonna say I can't imagine Jay being innocent on
I'm
anything.
innocent all the time.
And
Okay.
I've grown up a lot since the fireball and
Shit. I'm sorry. I had
Now
some-
it's
That,
now
Is
it's
that your
either
story?
bourbon or blackberry brandy.
is that your story?
That's
same
my
bullshit,
story.
different drink.
Right. Oh, that's awesome.
So,
Well,
we
Brian,
will-
we
will
can't wait
get
to
each
see
other.
you there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys.
Not being there. We'll
Yeah.
go live with Joe. We'll bring him in on the live.
There you go. There you go.
That'll
Yeah, and I
work.
was going to say, everybody's welcome to do that. There is plenty of power. Like I said, I just talked to him today. You guys are going to be against the wall, so there's wall outlets. But even everybody that's down the middle, they're giving me 18, not extension cords, but the power strips that they're going to have plugged in and taped to the floor. So, hell, everybody can plug in. I'm told that the Wi-Fi is really good. Like I said, it's brand new. It should I don't think you need any login. I think it's just guest. And they haven't had any speed issues. I know a number of people are going to be doing podcast episodes, and some people are doing some live video type stuff as well. So, yeah, bring Joe in via video.
Yeah,
Hell yes. And we can
Yeah.
make you a part of it.
I can't wait.
Yeah, and then you can pick up your laptop and spin it either slowly or fastly, depending on how you want to mess with him.
Can't do that. Joe get dizzy.
Right.
I will.
Yeah, that was
I'll
the
get dizzy,
idea.
fall down, and break a hip.
Break a hip. I thought that was my job. I'm the old guy.
Well, that's true.
Oh boy.
I love to hate you. Oh God.
You guys are too fun. I have
We
enjoyed this.
And you should enjoy it. It's supposed
Oh
to be.
hell yeah.
I hate when you get on here and it's all serious. And
Yeah.
I try to be serious.
I agree. No, I'm all about it. That's why I knew I would love doing the show, and that's why I've been wanting to have you guys over for as long as I can remember.
It's finally going to work out this year. There's nothing
Yes.
stopping. I've got a 4-day weekend. I'm coming over. If Teresa gets sick, I'm coming by myself.
Okay,
And
I would
next
not
year
look-
I'll be with them. So
Oh yeah.
that's awesome.
Hell
I
yeah.
can't wait, guys.
We should be getting into town about 5:00. So
Friday night,
around then. Yeah.
perfect. And
If I
you
don't get
did.
there earlier.
I know we're on a live thing here, but you guys did see the post about we're having a little something at the hotel that we're staying at that evening for us, meet and greet type of thing. So yeah,
Yep.
look forward to it. It'll be awesome.
Absolutely.
We'll
gonna
be
have a
there,
good time.
for sure.
Bodine won't be allowed to play on Friday night, but he
Okay.
It involves adult beverages.
Yeah, it might be a little more adult, a little more calm than Bodine will be ready for.
Not allowed around. that
And
stuff.
no, he doesn't do that. Bodine
Okay.
doesn't do drinking. He doesn't do the alcohol. He is strictly family, community.
Having
He doesn't
fun.
Sure.
he doesn't go around that.
But
And I understand that he doesn't really do. I understand that he doesn't really do calm or adult either, though. Right?
No, he doesn't. No, he
The
doesn't.
toy drive thing, he'll be all over that shit.
Yeah,
Right.
that's awesome. That'd be great.
You'll see Saturday.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
But yeah, Brian, we can't thank you enough, and I look forward to seeing you again. And
Yes, sir.
I know we're gonna have a great weekend. So
Oh yeah, I
Thanks
appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much for everything. And because I am a tech idiot, do I just hit the X at the top here when I'm done and you continue on, or?
Actually, we're all going to call it a night. We'll get out of
Oh,
here.
okay.
So we want to say thanks to everybody for joining us. Brian, thank you for joining us. You guys, make
Anytime.
your asses out there and have a good time. Rocky and Dave, you guys get your films together. Hell, let's get together and do some filming together. We got some projects
Yeah.
we can all work on together. Let's put something together and start hitting these film festivals more. So, thanks again,
Absolutely.
Joe. Jason, I'll shut up so you guys can say goodnight.
no, you guys rock. We appreciate you tuning in. And hopefully we see you guys in Champaign, Illinois this weekend.
Hell yeah.
Hope to see you all there.
You guys are
Thanks.
awesome. I'll see you guys next year.
Holding you to it, Joe.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see him in May. also next
Yeah,
year.
yeah. And you got to think with my show and the things that I am into, I know people that know people, Joe.
Oh.
So
That's right.
Man, y'all scaring me. With that said, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night.
yes. Have a good night, guys. Thank you
Bye,
again.
guys.
See y'all.